I'd like to live in a community where young people never start to use tobacco. If they never start, then they never have to quit.
It's about time that we ask, why is it that 88% of black smokers smoke menthols compared to only 26% of white smokers? It's about time that we all realize the tobacco industry has done this to us and done it on purpose.
Within the African American community, we are very clear. We are united on this issue.
44% of LGBTQ people of color who are smokers and 70% of LGBTQ youth smokers prefer menthol. This comes as no surprise, as tobacco companies have spent millions of dollars pushing menthol products in our communities to make us lifelong customers.
Sitting on our hands means that our grandchildren will continue to be targeted. You can stop this deadly cycle.
I know many people who smoke. Please help me, my friends, and family stay away from the bad effects of tobacco.
To them, each new smoker and each current smoker who can't quit means dollar signs. Profits over people should be the tobacco industry's official motto. That's all the reason we need. Should no amount of money be more important than the life of a young one?
As a child, I remember that when my mom was low on cash and ran out of her cool 100s, she would send me with $1 to our neighbor's house to buy a single cigarette. At the time, it was a nuisance to me. Today, that's no longer a nuisance. It's now a serious threat. I do this work fighting for health equity, for racial equity, because it's the right work to do. But I also do it because of my mother, who, not yet 60, I worry won't be around for very much longer.
I think every time something came up and I said I need reassurance from the community that this is supported, there was organizing and community support. I'm sure there's over 50 organizations that are officially signed on. State representatives from the legislature. We heard testimony from physicians and health professionals all supporting this move.
Clerk called roll on the ordinance.
There are 10 ayes and 2 nays.
That ordinance is adopted.
You know, first we started talking about flavored tobacco, and then we talked about adding menthol, and now we're here back again, and your efforts over these many years have made a huge difference in our city.
No decision about youth should be made without youth. 90% of tobacco users start before the age of 18. As youth, we should be focusing on our health, education, dreams, and aspirations. However, due to the stress we are under and the tobacco industry's strong marketing to us, many of my peers have begun to use tobacco.
The goal here is to be able to start a movement towards a better community. By passing T21, future generations will not struggle due to the consumption of tobacco products.
I am that poster child that everybody always talks about. I'm LGBT, Black. There was a lot of intentionality around targeting cigarettes towards me. And so I started smoking at 15, and it is something that I have now struggled with for over half of my life.
My mother is on oxygen full-time because at age 12, in the 1950s, she smoked 2 packs of Marlboro Red cigarettes a day and did that every day for the next 50 some odd years. And when I go home for this week, I will be able to tell my mom that I did something that might have prevented her from being on oxygen for the rest of her life.
For me, this is personal. Tobacco addiction cost me a lot. The life of my mother, the life of a husband, and the life of 3 aunts. I wish my story was unique, but it's not.
Communities of color, young people are extremely targeted by big tobacco. And so this is a symbol of resistance to that onslaught.
This is a policy that we know at a state level would, over 15 years, prevent 30,000 youth from starting to smoke. And when 2/3 of smokers end up dying early, that's a lot of lives that are impacted.
I think that we're saying here that we're not gonna allow the financial health of the tobacco industry to come at the expense of youth. And so I think that's an important step to take. I'm really proud of the advocates who really were the loudest voices to get this passed.
Because of that work, right now, I am going to sign this thing into law. You ready? Let's go save some lives, everyone.